Dementia is like the broad spectrum, and then you end up getting diagnosed with one particular or the other disease. So let me take about 30 seconds of this. Let's take a look at this.
Parkinson's disease is a disease that also affects the brain, a neurologic condition. It primarily affects things from the motor standpoint, so movements that are very slow, tremors, difficulty with walking, and Parkinson's, as it advances, can also affect the cognitive abilities. And so Parkinson's dementia is when those cognitive impairments have also occurred in addition to the physical impairments.
Now, my dad and my Aunt Debbie both had the exact same situation. A couple of months ago, my Aunt Debbie had taken she had gotten much, much worse, and mid to late stage already in the dementia. And you'll notice when she's waiting to actually speak, she does have the tremors in her lips, and but other than that, she was majorly cognitive, not doing well, very, very poorly. When I would talk to her, she had a hard time being able to respond. She had a very difficult time being able to remember anything that we were to talk about. She would have to really think hard to be able to interact with me 2 months ago. And that's what inspired me to give her some of the X39 patches, for her to try them and to see if it would make a difference in her life. 3 weeks later, I could already see the difference. And only about 2 weeks ago, I'd talked to her on the phone. And this is when she was telling me she went out and had her own me day that day. So she's able to drive again. She'd gotten to where she couldn't do that at all. And really, she's very now cognitive of everything we're saying. Now, she's also going to tell you about her pain. With her, it was really amazing. The X39 also helped her to cope with the pain. And she's had 2 spinal surgeries, and just again was put to sleep for a surgery on her throat. And normally when a person with dementia has been put to sleep, they go way down cognitively. And but amazingly, as you'll see here in this video, she's still very cognitive. And we're going to actually post this video up on our Benoon X39 channel as well. But, you know, this is the reason why I'm so passionate about this. You know, both these girls, especially my Aunt Charlotte, is majorly critical, doesn't believe in these things at all. At the end of the video, she does get pretty serious about it a little bit to tell you, you know, like with her arthritis. That was her only big issue was arthritis. You know, she really believes in it as well. She can now grab things and grip things where she couldn't. And she's an artist herself. And so not being able to use that paintbrush and stuff really had become a big issue. I wish I'd maybe have talked a little bit more about that with her. But if you've got a loved one that's suffering these types of issues there, you know, I can't encourage you enough to at least try it. You know, it's non-transdermal. My Aunt Debbie also, by the way, I didn't go into this, I didn't think about it at the time we were doing the little interview here, but she's diabetic, and even her blood sugar went down as well as a result. So she talks about the relief of pain and as well her memory coming back. Let's take a listen. All right, I am here with my 2 aunts, Charlotte and Debbie. Charlotte is to the right and Aunt Debbie to the left. I guess that's the way it is, the way you guys see it too. Mm-hmm. And both of these girls have been using X39, and my Aunt Charlotte started off just doing Aeon with arthritis issues. And can you tell me what it did when you did Aeon for the arthritis?
It felt good. I could use my hand without hurting.
For the first time, I think, in a long time. Mm-hmm. So, and that surprised me because it was like the next day you were telling me that, and I know that
which finger it is.
You don't really.
What? I'll show you what finger it is. Shut up, Charlotte.
Yeah, Debbie wants to be serious, and what it is the arthritis was really bad in the middle finger for her, and that's why she was making the little joke about it. But it was actually in both of her hands, and she had a big swelling on the back of her hand. And I remember my wife, she was the one that put the Aeon patch on her. And the very next day, she calls me up and she says, "You're not going to believe this, but I have absolutely zero pain with arthritis, and that swelling in my hand is gone." I'm going to be a comedian. All right, so I got Aunt Debbie as well here. And Aunt Debbie, you were going through a lot of things. I know that you'd been diagnosed with dementia, is that right? Or
Yes, Parkinson.
Parkinson's. So, and you went from, I mean, because I noticed a major difference about 3 weeks into you using it. So how did you feel as far as after using it? Because you've been now, what, maybe 2 months?
Yes, about 2 months, and I feel great. I mean, I put a patch on the back of my neck
Right?
every day, do it in the morning. Religiously, I put it down there, and it makes me feel better because I've had a lot of back surgeries,
Right?
and it's helped with the pain associated with that. So, yeah, I'm really sold on it.
That is amazing. So, and as far as Parkinson's, what were some of the symptoms that you dealt with before?
Before, I couldn't remember things. I mean, just day-to-day things. And after I started taking it, my memory has come back to me a little bit at a time. And she's noticed it, right?
So,
She got
Charlotte's
silly
memory ain't
boy.
working at all.
It's making her worse.
It's making her worse.
You know?
I can't help it. It's how God made me.
That's it. That's it.
I like it. It did a lot for me.
Yeah, I noticed really, I could tell the difference just when I would call you and talk to you on the phone. You know, because when I was down initially, when you first started, you know, I could tell that you were really going through cognitively. It was really difficult, you know. And then it's like within 3 weeks, 4 weeks later, it's like totally different completely.
I agree with you on that.
So,
That's the truth, too.
That is very
I believe
true.
in it.
I really like it because of my arthritis in my hands. I got where I couldn't even hold a cup.
Yeah,
I couldn't
Yeah.
clench a cup
Right?
yeah,
or a glass or anything.
yeah.
Yep. And it made that difference in
Made a
that.
big difference.
So, well, I'm excited for you girls. I'm so happy because I need y'all around for a whole long time. So these are my mother's sisters, my Aunt Charlotte and my Aunt Debbie, who I love very dearly. Thank you
love you
guys
too.
for doing
Love
this
you.
for me.
Yeah, me too.
They are amazing girls there. I had a lot of fun with them in life growing up. My Aunt Debbie is actually closer to my age. We're about 11 years apart. And so it was, in fact, she's the one that I did the video on that I shared with you guys about Ted Bundy. That's actually on our Patreon channel. I made that an exclusive on Patreon. Yes, right before Ted Bundy was captured, he was trying to pick up my aunt as well, and my grandfather intervened in that particular case there. So anyway, I wanted to just share that with you. And by the way, if you decide you want to look into this, you can just go visit our website, or you can also contact us as well. I will put a phone number that you can text in the description below. But lifewave.com/Benoon is right there at the top there of the screen there for you. You can just click on that there. And the patch that Debbie is talking about is X39. This is the one that she used that really made a difference for her. I do know that she's also had a little bit of the, what would you call it, the cornicine. And I don't see it on there, but I think I've got that one here myself as well. And Charlotte was using Aeon. Aeon is amazing for inflammation, and there's a lot of other things that's good for as well. But this is the Aeon right there. And then the cornicine. I know Debbie had a little bit of the cornicine. She never really had that much of it, but it does help with cognitive function. So it's a very good, if you got a loved one or something that's dealing with those issues, I'd actually recommend to you the X39, X49 bundle right there. And of course, you can get the discount if you do it on preferred customer auto ship, but then cornicine as well. And I'm just not trying to sell you something in that regards. I'm just wanting to share with you what I know will help. And I've seen it too much. We have a friend that's also listens to the broadcast just like you do. Her sister had what was it? Was it Parkinson's? No, it wasn't Parkinson's. Maybe it was Parkinson's. I forget which one it was that she had, but she actually started using it, and 7 weeks later, her doctor took her off of all the medications that she was on. She had improved that much. So anyway, thank you for listening. I'm Stephen Benoon with Israeli News Live, and have a blessed day.